I told you in the last class. I told you what are C tokens. What are C tokens? Okay, I told you what a basic structure of C program. Among them, I told you identifiers. Okay, even I told you constants. Even I told you constants. Okay, after that I was telling you about data types. Okay, now in the data types you'll be having int, float, char. Okay, void. Along with that you'll be having double. Okay, all these are examples for data types. If you want to declare five variables of double, if you want to declare five variables of double, how to do that? Say syntax. Syntax is, if you want to declare any variable, declaration, first we need to write data type. Then variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. Okay, like this until variable n. So let me close this. After this, give semicolon. Here, say I asked you to create variables of double. Okay, so you need to type double. Say some variables like n1, n2, n3, n4, n5. Okay, these are the variables I have created. Variable names are n1, n2, n3, n4, and n5. Okay, now you create two float variables. Everybody create two float variables. Type in the chat box. You can give any name for float variables. Type in the chat box. Like this you create for float variables. Type in the chat box. Okay, see here, Kedar Joshi, float. He has typed float n1 comma n2. Okay, good Abdul. See here, you must type this one as small letters. It is small f. Kedar Joshi. Okay, it is small f. Okay. Now similarly, you try to type uh, integer, two integer variables. Okay, everybody type me two integer variables. You can give any name. Two integer variables. Okay, int a comma b. Good. Int s1 comma s2. Good Kedar. Say any variables. We can give any name. Int. Good Umehani. Good Kokila. Okay. See here. Good Saidala Bakshi. Good. You see here int num1 comma num2. Similarly, we can give anything. Int s1 comma s2. Okay, it is programmer's choice. S1 and S2. Defining this one is programmer's choice. Okay. Now let me go back in the data types. Here we'll be having integer data type. Again, in the integers we'll be having short int and long int. Okay, integers can be categorized as short int and long int. If you see the size, it is 1 byte for short int. Okay, for normal int it is 2 bytes. For long int it is 4 bytes. Okay, so the values whichever we can give is from 0 to 255. We can give only this value from 0 to 255. It can't support 267. If I declare like this, short int, short is the keyword. short int num1 is equal to 300. Okay, if I declare like this, okay, whether it is correct or it's wrong, whether it is correct or it's wrong. See the
Wrong,
image
sir.
here. It is
Wrong, sir.
wrong. It is wrong. We should not give the value above 255. That is the meaning here. Okay. Similarly, if I declare it one as integer, okay. Say here, I'll take one more example. Int say num is equal to 78,000. Some big number I am giving. Now you tell me whether it is correct or wrong. Whether it is correct or wrong. It's wrong. Okay, it will give you error. It will give you error. You see here, the number it supports is from 0 to 65535. Only in this range it will support. Only in this range it will support. Okay, similarly, if it is long int, it will support from 0 to this big number. Okay, let me try that in the editor. Okay, I'm recording this. Try
Sir,
to
so
subscribe.
keeping you have to write short int, long int, then only it will take the input, sir.
Yes, yes. You must write short int and long int. Then only. Okay. You see there? I'm opening the editor now. You can use any integer. Okay. But most of the times we are using only simple int. We are using only simple int. Okay. So let me open that. Now I'll create a new file. File open. Say I'll give program 7.c. 7.c. Okay. So let me cancel this. Already have created. You see there? I took a normal int. I took a normal int. Say a is equal to 100. A is equal to 100. Now I'm going to print it. I'm going to print it. Here I'll print it. Here I'm going to print it. Okay. We'll get the size as 2. Okay. Integer size is 2, which is stored in. Okay. You see there? I'm declaring a variable a, which is of type integer. I'm declaring one more variable L1. Okay. Now let me comment this. I'm clearing the screen. After that, L1 is equal to size of a. Size of is a function. Okay, inbuilt function. Now I'm passing a to it. It will give you the size. What is the size of integer? It is 2 bytes. Okay, which is stored in L. Which is stored in L. Okay, let me print that. Printf printf size of size of size of a is percentage d bytes. Percentage d bytes. Close this, comma, say here L1. Now if I run this, we need to save it. Whatever the changes we are doing, we need to save it. After that, compile it. Now after that, run it. You see there, size of a is 2 bytes. Okay. Yes. The size, let me print in new line. Let me print in new line. Go here, file, save it, compile it. Now run it. You see there, the size of a is 2 bytes. Okay, and the value is 100. Now if I try to give some big number, let us see it will accept it or not. Say save it. You need to save it, compile it, then run it. You see there, we are getting some error, some negative number we are getting. We are getting some negative number. That means it is out of range. It is out of range. Okay. Similarly, let me come out of this. Alt F, quit. I'll come to the notes. Similarly, the next data type here is floating point type. It is known as float data type. Okay, so the keyword we are using is float. The keyword we are using here is float. The size is 4 bytes. We can store the values up to 2 raised to 32. Okay, 2 raised to 32. What will be the value for 2 raised to 32? What will be the value for 2 raised to 32? Okay, let me show that. We can write simple program for that. Program 7.c. Okay, program 7.c. It's already there. I'll create one more new. Say hash include. You see that I'm using some new things here. Hash include stdio.h. After that, hash include mat.h. Mat.h. Okay. After that, void main. Okay. Even we need a clear screen also. Even we need clear screen also. Hash include conio.h. Now here I'll be defining some variables int l and n. Okay, now we want 2 raised to 32. 2 raised to 32 is it? So I can call a function power. Okay, power say 2 comma 32. I can pass 2 comma 32. Now here that value must be stored in L. Give semicolon, after that print it. So here you can write the power value is okay. Close this, close the quotes. Here you can write L. Use semicolon. Here you can use a get ch.
So no need to write percentage D, sir.
You must write percentage D. Good. Okay, if you don't write percentage D, we will not get the output. You can write
Even clear screen.
clear screen. We need a clear screen. Okay. So close this. Save as. Click on save as. Give some name. Say program 8.c. Okay. Program 8.c. Now I did not close the brackets. I'm closing the program. So here in this program, a new thing which you must know is I'm using mat.h. It is a header file which consists of a function power. Okay, It takes two parameters, 2 comma 32. Okay, so if I run this, so it's 2 mistakes. So what is the mistake here?
Semicolon, sir.
Semicolon missing. Okay, good. I don't know. I'm very weak in programming. Save it. After that, compile it. Now there are no errors. Now you run it. Okay, the power value is 0. Is it correct? Function is power. Okay, the function is power. 1 minute. Let me try that. Okay. Now why that value is not displayed? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody predict why we are not getting that value?
Sir, you have used the wrong notation.
Huh?
Wrong notation, sir, for power.
No, we must use here double. We must use here double because the value 2 raised to 32 is a very big number. Okay, it's a very big number. So here we must use LU. Okay. What is the mistake? Anyone can anyone guess?
Sir, you didn't save.
It will be saved automatically. It will be saved. Okay,
Okay, sir.
automatically it will be saved. Okay, let me try that. Yes, compile it. No errors. Run it. Okay, the format specifier. The format specifier for double. Okay, that makes the difference. LF. We must use LF. Okay. You see there, the power value is that much big number. That is a very big number.
Sir, why LF, sir?
LF is a format specifier for double. Okay. LF is for format specifier for double. If the data type is double means here we must use LF. If the data type here is float, let me check with float. Let me check with float. Okay, float L. Whenever we are giving float, here we must be writing here F, percentage F. Okay, so save it, compile it, now run it. You see there, float, some difference. Okay, only some difference. After dot, we will be getting very less values, only 6 values. Am I fast? Please respond me. Am I fast? Say yes
Little
or
bit.
no. Am I fast? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Type me yes or no. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Type me yes if it is yes. Say no if it is no. If you are not understanding, say no. Type me no. Everybody. If you are understanding, say yes. If you are not understanding, type me no. Little fast. Okay, Abdul is saying I'm little fast. Kokila is saying I'm little fast. Okay. Oh, okay. You must be focused here. Okay. You must be focused here. Say for double, we may have the values up to 2 raised to 64. For float, we may have up to 2 raised to 32. Similarly, for long double, we may be having the values up to 2 raised to 80. Okay. Now, the next thing is character type. Even I told you what is character type. Anything that is enclosed within single quotes. Anything that is enclosed within single quotes is known as character. Every character will be having ASCII values. Every character type will be having ASCII values. Okay, ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Say the value of A is 97. Okay, it can't understand A, it will understand 97. So whatever the characters we enter, that is converted into some numbers. Okay, so that is the numbers is known as ASCII. Okay, so that is represented like this. That is represented like this. This is the 97. Internal representation of 97 is internal representation of small a is these many digits, binary digits. Okay. So from here to here, Control C, I'll copy that. I'll go here. A is equal to Control V. Okay, Control V. Okay. See here, this is the internal representation. This is the binary representation. Binary representation of binary representation of A. Okay, like that, every character will be having its own ASCII value. A will be having 97, B will be having 98, C will be having 99, like that. Now the next thing is void type. Void is also a data type. Void is also a data type which takes 0 bytes. Okay, which takes 0 bytes. Okay. Now the next thing is variables. I told you what is a variable, how to declare the variable, data type and variable names, data type and variable names. Okay, always it's a case sensitive language. If you have defined, if you define int capital num, okay, if you define capital num, everywhere I must use capital num only. Okay, everywhere I must use capital num only. We should not write small num. Okay, we should not, don't use, it's wrong. Okay, we should not use small num. Okay, we must use capital num. Okay, now a variable initialization. This is known as variable initialization. We can directly specify the value. We can directly specify the value. In few examples, I wrote like int a is equal to 100. Okay, this is known as variable initialization. Variable initialization. Okay. Now everybody, what you need to do is you initialize two variables with your own values. Okay, of float data type. Everybody initialize two variables of float data type. Everybody, I'll wait for your inputs. Type in the chat box. Float variables, two variables, initialize them with your own values, your own variables and your own values. Okay, good, Kokila. Float a is equal to 30, b is equal to 49. Okay, see here, whenever we are declaring float, float n1 is equal to 100.89. okay, comma, say n2 is equal to 89.78. okay, whenever we are declaring float, the values must be in dot. Okay, fractional values. If you give like this, float my num is equal to 93. Okay, internally, good Suhas, good everyone. Whenever we declare like this, it will be treated as float, like 93.00. It is treated like this internally. Okay, now you see there, in this example he has declared a is equal to 25, x is equal to 55, c is equal to 77, float p is equal to 25.5, q is equal to 30.55, character ch is equal to a. I told you character variable must be enclosed within single quotes. Okay, you see there, a is having 25, x is having 55, p is having 25.5, ch is having a. Like this, whenever we declare like this, the variables will be stored in computer memory internally like this. Okay, say I'll declare a character type. Character s is equal to say r. I'll declare like this. Okay, whenever we enclose anything within single quotes, that is treated as a character. Now the next, user defined declarations. See here, instead of int, we want units as integer. We can use the keyword like typedef int units. Say we want units to be float. We can define type float. You see there, typedef. Okay, it's the syntax. So we want int. Typedef int say marks. Type diff int marks. Say I can declare marks, say maths. Okay, maths 1. Similarly, say CPS. Okay, say chemistry. All these are integer variables. All these are integer variables because we have defined marks as integer. Okay, so type diff is a keyword, int is a keyword, and it is a variable. If wherever marks is there, its data type needs to be defined in our own way, means we can use type diff. Say we want this one to be float. We can write float. While declaration, no need of using float again. Just we can write marks, maths 1, CPS, and chemistry, like this. Okay. That's about the type diff. Everybody type me type diff. Everybody type me type diff. Only type diff in the chat box. Okay, good Vivek, good Abdul, good Tarun, good Saida, good Umme, Hani, good Kokila, good Kedar, good Suhas, good Vaishnavi. Okay, type diff. Everybody, good Yashashree, good Amisha, good. You see here, type diff. It's not capital. It is small letters. Okay, it is small letters. You see there. Type diff has been defined as small letters. Even I told you enum. Okay, you see there enum is also user defined data type. Wherever day is there, okay, we can list n number of variables. Internally, Monday can be accessed by using 0. Tuesday can be accessed by using 1, like this. Now the next topic is operators and expressions. Okay, can anybody define what is an operator? You can unmute and you can speak. What is an operator?
Operator is nothing but, sir, it operates the what is right in syntax, written in syntax.
See, I'll give you an example for operator. Plus is an operator.
Not like the symbol. Yes, sir.
Minus is an operator. Now define the operator. Can I define it? Symbols used for calculating values. Okay, good, Suhas.
It's used for doing some function, sir.
Yes, it specifies.
Command the computer.
It specifies the type of operation. Which can be performed on operands. Okay, this is the definition for operator. Okay, if you take the example, a plus b, it is performing addition on operands a and b. Operands here are a comma b.
Automatic operator.
Okay, so if I specify a minus b, if I write a minus b, it specifies minus on these two operands. Okay, so if you take the example of different types of operators, okay, let me show you. Here we'll be having arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, increment or decrement operators, bitwise operators, conditional operators, special operators. Okay, everybody knows arithmetic operators. Can you give me an example for arithmetic operators? You can unmute and you can speak.
Addition, subtraction,
multiplication.
division.
Okay. So plus the first one is arithmetic operators.
Modulus.
It's not addition, it is plus minus plus minus, okay, into division, okay, and modulus. This is remainder operator. All these are arithmetic operators. All these are arithmetic operators. They perform basic mathematical functions or operations okay. This is the example for arithmetic operators. Similarly, we'll be having many others, like the next one is relational operators. Okay, please type me relational operators, everybody, in the chat box. And if anybody knows what are relational operators, please you can unmute and you can speak. Relational operators. Okay, good Abdul. Everybody first type me relational operators. Good Umehani, good Kokila, good Vaishnavi, good Sagar, good Tejas, good Sharona, good Tarun, good Tariq, good every one of you. Relational operators. The next one is relational operators. Good Kedar Joshi.
Sir, can I tell?
Tell.
Sir, the greater sign, lesser
Yes.
sign.
Greater than, lesser than, okay, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to, okay, or double equal to, double equal to. These are the example for relational operators. Say if you want to define that, they are the operators which compares the operands, okay, or which relates to each other, okay. If you take the example, I'll take A is equal to 200, 3 is equal to say 30, B is equal to 30, Now we may compare like this: A is greater than B. Okay. Now you tell me whether it's true or false.
True.
It's true. Okay. Similarly, say A is equal to, okay, A is equal to B. Whether it's true or false.
False.
False. Okay. It's false. Similarly, A is greater than or equal to B. Now tell me whether it's true or false. 200 is greater than or equal to 30.
False.
Why it is false? It is true. It is true because 200 is greater than 30. One of the condition is true, is it? So it is true. You must understand this. Okay. Now, let me show you. You see there, greater than, lesser than, okay, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to, one more is not equal to, okay. See here, this symbol is not, it's used for not, okay. So A is not equal to B, okay. So condition is true. So all these are relational operators. Here I can add one more, not equal to, okay. You see in this example, A is greater than B, okay. We can compare X is less than Y. If you take in this example, A plus B, it is an expression. we are comparing with one more expression. We may do like that also. We may do like that also. Okay, let me take one more example. I'll take L is equal to 90, B is equal to 20. Okay, now I'll take M is equal to 90. Okay, N is equal to 34. Okay, now L plus N is greater than M plus B. Okay, we can do like this also. Now you tell me whether it is true or false.
True, sir.
Okay, say 90 plus N value is 34. Is greater than M plus B. M is 90 plus B is 20. Okay, now this becomes 124. 124 is greater than 110. Okay, which is true. Okay, so here we may have expressions. Also. Okay, I can add like this. Okay, now tell me, you find out this and you tell me whether it's true or false.
True, sir.
It's true. Okay, let me check it. What is the L value? L value is 90. Okay, N value is 34. Okay, after that B value is 20. Now greater than M value is 90. B value is 20. Again B value is 20. So this becomes 144. Okay, is it correct? 144 is greater than 140, not 140, 130. Okay, so the condition is true. Like this. Okay, this is one of the example. This is about relational operators. Okay, so let me stop here. In this class you learned float data type, void data type. Okay, sizes along with the range. After that, the variable initialization, how to do the variable initialization. One more type is user defined data type by using type def. Okay, after that, operators and expressions. I was telling you about arithmetic operators. I was telling you about relational operators. Okay, let me stop here. Okay, still 8 people are missing. So I'll not take any attendance today. I'll take tomorrow. Okay, in the next class. Okay, say everybody join the Google class. Along with that, join the Google class and try to download the notes and start reading by yourself. Okay, now along with that, I'm sending you the YouTube link. Try to subscribe it and try to read it, try to watch it. Okay, if you are not understanding anything,
Thank you, sir.
if you are not
Thank you
understanding
for the
anything,
YouTube videos.
what?
So thank you so much for the YouTube videos, sir.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone of you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.